This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. A man convicted of killing two women whose bodies were found in a rural pond in 1996 is scheduled to be executed today. Samuel Lee Smithers is set to receive a lethal injection starting at 6 this evening. Barring a legal reprieve, it would be Florida's 14th execution in 2025, further extending the state record for total executions in a single year. The highest previous annual total of Florida executions was 8 in 2014. Smithers was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to death in 1999. 2 more executions are planned in the next several weeks in Florida. Manatee County commissioners have voted unanimously to name a road after controversial right-wing podcaster and Sarasota County resident Charlie Kirk, who was killed last month. But WMNF's Chris Young reports reaction to the move is mixed.
Commissioner Jason Bearden proposed the naming.
We're talking about a man who will be in our history books, such as people like Martin Luther King Jr.
Other areas, like Lake and Sarasota counties, have moved to name roads after Kirk. Ahead of the meeting, a resident named Bob wrote a letter to the commission encouraging them to consider a more suitable candidate. He doesn't want his last name used because he's afraid of backlash from Kirk supporters.
He denigrated women, he denigrated minorities, he denigrated gays. It really is not an inclusive point of view.
He outlined quotes from Kirk that rejected feminism, showed a distrust of black pilots, and said some gun deaths are, quote, worth it. The road is set to be a planned section of 51st Street West. Chris Young, WMNF News.
The New York Times, the Associated Press, and the conservative television network Newsmax are among 5 outlets who say they will not sign a new Defense Department document about its new press rules. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's team has said that reporters who don't sign on to their new rules will be thrown out of the Pentagon tomorrow if they don't agree. The new rules declare large areas of the Pentagon off limits to reporters and declares that journalists who report information not formally approved by Hegseth's team risk getting their access revoked. The Pentagon says the rules are common sense. Journalists say they punish routine news gathering. Can you imagine a day without water? WMNF's Julia Ferraro reports on the annual campaign that aims to help people understand just how important this finite resource is.
According to the National Institutes of Health, a person can survive without water for only about 3 days. This indispensable resource plays an enormous role in each of our lives, and without it, we'd cease to exist. Matthew Reese is the Commuter Services Manager for the Florida Governmental Utility Authority, which owns and operates close to 100 water and wastewater systems across the state.
Imagine a Day Without Water is a campaign for people and residents around the country, and especially in the Tampa Bay area, to understand where their water comes from, but also to understand that water is a very valuable, precious resource.
The annual campaign is set to take place on Thursday, October 16th. Personal well-being isn't the only area that could be affected by the loss of water. Reese adds that a lack of this resource could be devastating for public health and safety.
As we've all experienced during a hurricane, you can be without the water services that are available, and how critical it is for everyday well-being as a society.
For more information, visit thevalueofwater.org/imagineaday. For WMNF News, I'm Julia Ferrara.
Tampa City Council is dissolving its Racial Reconciliation Committee. The group was formed last year to give marginalized groups a voice in the city's public matters. But concerns over state and federal government restrictions on DEI efforts led to the decision. Council member Bill Carlson says the resolution allows the committee to keep meeting free of Florida's Sunshine Law.
By not making it a city committee, we're releasing it from Sunshine. The committee can continue to meet on their own. They can't even talk to each other right now unless we do this.
As an unaffiliated group, the committee would still be able to submit proposals and recommendations to the city council, but it's unclear if its members plan to continue meeting independently. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has updated its recommendations for COVID-19 vaccines. This change follows a unanimous vote last month by the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. The Florida Department of Health has not updated its own guidance in more than a year. In that last statement, Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo advised against mRNA COVID-19 vaccines. It'll be sunny today with highs in the high 80s, clear overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs in the high 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.